Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. All righty. We'll head down. There's no presentations today, no committee discussions, no communications. So we'll start with item number 6 with the superintendent report. Superintendent Mary Murphy, please.
Thank you, Mayor Christian. Influence 100 visit to Marlborough. In the fall of 2019, DESE launched, which is the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, launched Influence 100 to increase the racial and ethnic diversity of superintendents in Massachusetts, create more culturally responsive districts and leaders across the Commonwealth, and promote better outcomes for students. Participants in the program are recruited from the BIPAC, which is the Black, Indigenous, and People of Color community, and culturally responsive leaders across Massachusetts. 108 individuals have or are currently participating in the program. Last fall, Darcy Fernandez, Senior Associate Commissioner of the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, requested that Marlborough Public Schools host members of the current Influence 100 cohort for a site visit. Very excited that on March 1st, 2024, approximately 40 educators from across the state from Influence 100 will be meeting with the Marlborough Public Schools Central Office team and selected school leaders. The Influence 100 cohort will be focused on our district strategy for improvement and its classroom impact. They will also be looking at how the work of the central office leaders is helping to support this district strategy. I've also included in my monthly report the report on donations, gifts, and grants. Please find the attached report on the donations, gifts, and grants to the school department through February 13, 2024. I'm grateful for the many individuals and companies that support the Marlborough schools. And for anyone from the the public that has not looked at the packet that is posted on the school website, we have received grants in excess of $4 million so far this year, and donations of goods of over $11,000, and other financial cash and checks and funding of over $29,000 at this point. So thank you very much for all those that help support our schools.
Thank you. All righty. Moving on to Director of Finance and Operations report, Mr. LaFleur.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm happy to report our food service program continues to break records here in Marlborough. Our year over year for January, lunch is up 7% to 78% of our students are taking lunch. That's fantastic. Breakfast is up 9% up to 52. I think some of the lower numbers on breakfast are due to the buses coming in a little later. So that should increase over time as well. Speaking of buses, my favorite subject, we continue to work with NRT regarding their staffing issues. We've had 2 routes without an assigned driver. NRT's reported to me last week that we've lost the 3rd due to a resignation, and we also have a 4th on medical leave, and that person is not expected to return. NRT has 4 drivers in training designated to drive in Marlborough once licensed. So status quo there. Based on the new school committee procedure or policy for budget transfers, I've done the first one for some housekeeping on our payroll accounts. It is a substantial one. It is just housekeeping. It's for your information only. No vote is required on this because it's only payroll accounts. And lastly, the district continues to track just fine financially for this fiscal 24. A copy of the current year-to-date budget report is in your packet for review. Glad to take any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Moving on to Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, Dr. Scanza.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our March 5th Professional Development Day is fast approaching. Our morning session of that day will consist of a presentation with a focus on our anti-bias, anti-racism work, otherwise known as ABAR. Marceline DeBose will be our keynote speaker. Mrs. DeBose is the founder of the Due East Educational Equity Collaborative. The quote is, Due East Educational Equity believes that to create more equity in our schools, we must refocus our work on the deep purposes of education. Mrs. DeBose has 20 years of experience in public education as a high school social studies educator, state and federal level policy administrator, professional development leader, strategic planning consultant, and curriculum writer. Her primary focus is equity leadership development and strategic planning, working with districts to improve systems for creating equitable schools and classrooms. Our afternoon session will consist of a catalog of choice offerings for our MEA members. Thank you to all the MEA members who have planned workshops for that afternoon. We have 30 as of the catalog going out today. Of note, our joint PD committee met last February 12th, and during that meeting we discussed feedback that we have received in preliminary planning for our PD offerings for the 2024-2025 school year. Spring and summer mini courses are scheduled to run. We are accepting proposals for those courses up until March 15th from our Marlborough educators, and we are hoping to be able to offer a full menu of course offerings. And finally, district-wide Title I family nights are on the horizon. One goal of Title I services is to increase parent involvement. On March 21st and March 28th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Whitcomb Middle School, we will be hosting presentations for parents, guardians of students in grade 8 and K through 8 rather, entitled The Impact of Social Media on Youth Mental Health. Jane M. Harden, an educational consultant for Rebus Associates, will be the presenter. The focus of the evening will be discussing the importance of social emotional development at home and how families can be better informed about the challenges of social media and its impact on their children. We had some powerful sessions the last time this presentation was given, and I'm looking forward to that happening again. Of note, free childcare and pizza will be available for both these events, and interpretation services will be available at the March 28th presentation in Haitian Creole, Portuguese, and Spanish.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, moving on to acceptance of minutes. We have a motion? No minutes. Okay, public comment. There is actually no one here. So for those of you watching at home, going once, going twice, moving on. Alrighty, acceptance of donations and gifts. We have two of them. So we have Seeds Inc. for $6,100.
Motion to approve.
And second, all in favor? Motion carries. And Kids in Need Foundation for $500 to Richer School.
Motion to approve.
And second, all in favor? Is that a yes?
I voted too early.
It's all good, as long as you vote. Motion carries.
Early and often.
Alrighty, motion carries. Alrighty. Moving on to, is there any reports of school committee subcommittees? Yes.
Thank you. So the policy subcommittee, we are trying to find some dates to get together. It appears due to the superintendent having a lot going on during this next month that the policy subcommittee, meaning Earl and Dan and myself, will probably have an initial meeting on sometime in March. We don't have the exact date nailed down, and then have a follow-up meeting that will include the superintendent in mid-April. We need to just start the process with the policy updates. I'm not anticipating that we're going to need to do major changes to a bunch of them. Some of them, yes, but we need to at least start doing the cataloging to make that transition so it will be available when we do switch to the new website. So that's the excitement that's coming. Thank you.
Okay. Any other reports? Seeing none. Members forum. Yes.
I
I reviewed and signed the warrant.
Anyone else? Yes.
Yep, thank you. So just wanted to make an announcement that CPAC is having their next meeting this Thursday night, 7 to 8:30 in Whitcomb Commons. I will be attending, but I just wanted to make sure that that was kind of said out loud. CPAC would be a special education parents association, advisory council, thank you. I was like, something like that. So that is really supposed to be more of a parent-run organization. And as many of us know from our last discussion, that there was a larger kickoff, and it was nice because there were, like, I think over 40 parents, families that were there represented. So that will be happening Thursday night.
The time again, Mrs.?
7 to 8:30.
Thank you.
No problem. Second, I actually just wanted to give a shout out to the CSF organization. CSF is a group that actually provides scholarships to many of our students in Marlborough that can apply for them. And they ran a wonderful fundraising night called Casino Night, which is a fun event, but fun for a purpose. So I just really wanted to give a shout out to that group because it's really a group that's sole focus is about helping our students to move forward and succeed in the future. So great organization. And the third thing is I wanted to make sure that people were aware of the 2 musicals that are coming up. The Whitcomb musical, which is going to be Shrek, I'm assuming Shrek Jr., but is going to be March 8th, 9th, and 10th. So that's coming up fairly quickly. And the high school musical is going to be The Little Shop of Horrors, and that's going to be March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And, you know, I just know that both of these groups work exceptionally hard to put these events on, and my family's been associated for years, and even though we don't have a student involved, I'm pretty sure my husband and I will probably be helping on the weekend of the 16th and 17th with the build to get it going. But I just would love it if people can attend. Please try and do so. So thank you very much.
Do you know how soon you can purchase tickets?
That I do not know.
Okay.
I was trying to speak with the new producer. They have a new producer that has not been associated previously, so I was actually trying to kind of get in touch to find out that information. I will make sure to let you know.
It's more of a personal question because I enjoy
Yeah,
little shops.
not a problem. I will definitely let you know. I know it's going to be soon, at least for Shrek. I'm sure it's coming out shortly,
Yep.
and I will let you know as soon as I do. And I'm sure that Jill Roberts will
Yep.
probably make sure that she gets it up onto social media as soon as the information's available. I know there's so much structure around the rights
Sure.
with the programs and things like that that they're probably having to try to
Yep.
make sure that that's all worked out. But
Love it.
thank you.
No, thank you. It's all good stuff. Anything else for members forum?
Motion to adjourn.
Take that, there's a no. I second the motion to adjourn. All in favor? Motion carries. We adjourn at 7:44.